Welcome, everybody, to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. Colliding here today, two top 25 teams having tremendous seasons set to battle it out against one another. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Buckeyes will kick it away and get this game going. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So Alabama's offense comes on the field first today. And Kirk, here comes the star tight end. There's so much emphasis in college football on using this position creatively. I mean, this guy's as good as any of them.
Yeah, you nailed it, Chris. We've seen tight ends have a big impact in college football in the past, but what this guy is doing right now is unbelievable. Speed of a wide receiver, size and power of an offensive lineman. We're looking at a freak out there today.
They're behind the sticks on 2nd and long here from the 12. Play action fake, looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Miller. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. So on the opening drive, they're backed up here now, 3rd and 9. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Grab down the middle. It's Miller. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Pass caught. 2nd down now. Snags the quick throw. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. 7th play of the opening drive. They've moved it, but now face a 3rd down. Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and the rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And it's a solid punt headed toward the sideline. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. So Ohio State's offense gets their first crack now. Well, a wide receiver, Kirk, this dangerous, who lines up all over the place. Can the linebackers step up and help out the secondary enough today?
Yeah, usually you see these matchups, a slot receiver has a big advantage. But I'll tell you, this linebacker is an excellent athlete. But the wide receiver he's covering today will pose a textbook challenge to see if he can truly cover.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. The drive stays alive with that first down completion. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's 3rd down. Scanning the field. It's Howard. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on the quarterback there. That was a strong safety sneaking in. I don't think the quarterback saw him, and eventually he comes home with a sack.
The Buckeyes will send their punt team onto the field. This will be fair caught at the 30. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Quick spin on the run. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Okay, it's third down after that run. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Hale. The first down pickup tackled at the 45. A new set of downs after that completion. Ball handed off. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Law.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Off the play fake on first down. Looking for the wideout. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Now comes the field goal unit. Trying to knock it through from 44 yards away. Right down the middle. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. On the run, it's Judkins. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Dump off caught by the running back. Breaking tackles. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. They've flipped into the field. We're ready now for the second period. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Second down play coming up. Back to pass. It's Howard. Defense is coming after him. Oh, it's incomplete. A rare drop from an excellent wide receiver. Brings up third down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's fourth down. The Buckeyes will have to punt this one away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. Bringing it back, it's Adams. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. We're trying to build this lead here. Had to settle for 3 last time out. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Pulls it in. It's Williams. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. When you look at that uniform, you think over the years with Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill set to some of those greats.
Those big guys up front will have to regroup now. It's 2nd and 14. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Defense able to stop the ball carrier there. We come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Catch made, a lot of space now. An explosive play. They finally get him down, but the offense very near to the red zone.
Chris, I don't know if that's a busting coverage or just a mistake by this defense, but the tight end is all alone. Nobody around him, an easy throw for the quarterback, and obviously a huge gain for the offense.
Alabama comes up to the line quickly. To the air, it's Milroe. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Well, they give him a huge pass play, and they come back with a sack on the very next play. This defense was hoping to stop the bleeding, and they do so with that sack.
This pass rush has been a problem. Another sack sets up 2nd and long. And he'll set up to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Well, a touchdown to a wide open man. What in the world was going on the defensive side of that play?
Wow, what was the defense thinking here? You can't let a player roam free like that. They just completely forgot about him and gifted him a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and they bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. The last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7. The offense going with the hurry up.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Tipped and then dropped. A chance to make a play, but instead it's 3rd down. Quick throw to his receiver. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. They'll kick it away here. On the return, it's Adams. He'll be brought down, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The offense gets a 2nd chance at points here after that special teams roughing penalty. Grab down the middle. It's Tate. And they get him down after the completion. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Looking right. This one caught. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the +40.
Chris, it just feels like the offense is almost teasing the defense with this play. As an offensive coordinator quarterback, you're often looking for that soft spot in the zone. And here, they do a nice job of finding that hole for a nice gain.
Back to throw again. Running out of time in the pocket. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. The sure hands. It's Ibuka. Physical run earns the first down.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Howard. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there. Buckeyes looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Looking for 6. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now he's executing. We're only in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. The extra point is good. They trail by 3 now, 10-7. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Bringing it out. It's Adams. And he's tackled at the 21. That's when the drive will start. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Interesting position here. How aggressive do they get to try to add to this lead before halftime? Caught over the middle. It's Williams. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their 1st of the half. A completion makes it 2nd down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Catch made on the out route. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's a quick grab. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. A 2nd down after that completion. Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Pass is caught on a comeback route. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. That punt sails out of bounds. There'll be no return this time. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. The sure hands. It's Smith. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the 1st half. Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. Offense looking to throw the ball. He makes the grab. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. So with only a few seconds left before halftime, out comes the field goal unit trying to tie this game up before the break. And he's got it from 55 yards away and never in doubt.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. They'll return it from inside the 5. And they get him down what will be the final play of this 1st half. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football. It's been very evenly played through 2 quarters. Both teams have been physical. Both teams have battled there in the trenches. Neither has been perfect, but they're both right there in this game. And it's kind of the calm before the storm. Each side sort of licking their wounds right now, but expect another fight in a phone booth in this second half. For now, let's get back to the guys in the booth to start up this second half.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Grab down the middle. It's Abuka. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Now it's second down here. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made down the left side. An explosive play. That is a big play. Finally brought down at the 44.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. They make the first down, brought down to the 31.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Here's the second down play. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. He pulls it in for a big gain. And he's down after the catch at the 12. A red zone opportunity. The Buckeyes line up on 1st and 10 now. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Touchdown, Ohio State. They will claim the second half lead.
As a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. That's exactly what happened here as they scored this touchdown.
And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Returner choosing to field this one. Return of 1 down. Sets up the next drive. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession?
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time, and now 3rd down coming up. Let's it fly out of the wideout. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down. Alabama comes up with the line quickly.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Missed his receiver. It's incomplete. Second down play coming up for this offense. Send the back in motion. Dropping back. It's Milroe. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position, Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently, just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
Caught in the backfield. It's Miller. And wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker. The important third down play coming up. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
They'll run it from the gun. He's stopped, but he gets a first down. Alabama now operating in the red zone. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. That's caught. It's long. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Makes a quick catch. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4. Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal. Off the play fake, looking to throw. They bring the heat and get him behind the line.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 11. Trying to get to the end zone. They'll run it left. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Slides to avoid the big hit. Well, Kurt, Ohio State has the lead here after 1. We've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game sets before we move on. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who's going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? Looking to pass. It's Milroe. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama.
That's a quarterback who's willing his team to find a way to win. 4th and goal, everything covered, and instead of trying to squeeze it in, he trusts his legs to get it into the end zone, and it pays off.
See if they can convert the point after. And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Grab down the middle. It's Henderson. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Airing this one out toward the sideline. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line. 3rd down coming up after that running play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play. The Buckeyes will have to kick it away. He gets it away. Directional kick with nice distance. And he puts it out of bounds, so no return. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back, just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional and a long...
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Past the 10. Touchdown, Alabama. They jump in front here in the fourth. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
Lining up to try the extra point. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ibuka. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Gain moves it to the 35, first down again. Handoff here from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down after that previous play. Looking downfield, it's Howard. It's caught. Nice pitch and catch. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play. Here we go now. A crucial play for both sides. They'll set up at 3rd and 4. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Henderson. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. Buckeyes pick up enough yardage for a first down. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. And he's got his man open downfield. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28. Looking to chuck it again. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. This is the 6th play on the drive. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Quick throw over the middle. And he's got it. And they finally tackle him down at the 1. Big gain in the pitch and catch.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Big opportunity for the offense to tie this game up in the fourth quarter. It's 1st and goal. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. And he will score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
And now they'll set up for the point after. The PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Return starts from inside the 5. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Toss play to the outside. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. Offense getting set. It's second down. It's a shotgun run call. Just a 4-yard gain, so it sets up 3rd and 6. And that's the 2-minute warning here as we set up for a close, dramatic finish to this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. It's a 2nd and 10 after the previous play. To the air. It's Howard. Tight end makes the grab. Defense makes the stop very close to a 1st down. The clock is still running. Up to hurry up here, but it's a crucial 3rd down. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down. The Buckeyes would come to the line on 4th down, looking to keep the drive going. The pass rush closing in. And they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing is open. And the result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. So here we go. One last chance to win it in regulation and avoid the risk of overtime. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Ball handed to the running back. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They stop him for a 2-yard gain, which will bring up 4th down. So they're short on 4th down. The coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And it comes down to this, a moment in this place kicker's life. His team trailing in the final minute, a chance to put them on top. And the kick is good. Offense settles for 3 on the drive. Jubilation on the sidelines. They've taken the lead in the final seconds. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And he'll just take a knee here, trying to preserve as much time as possible. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got some time to work with. Do they go for a touchdown here or play it more conservatively and set up for a field goal try? And that will pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at 38. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. And the offense wisely spikes the ball here to stop the clock. Offense has a ways to go to get into field goal range. They need some big plays, and time is winding down. Quick throw, testing the middle. He's got it for a big gain. Brought down, but the gain moves the ball all the way to the plus 42. Going fast, they need to get a little bit closer to give their kicker a better chance. The offense spikes the ball here, looking to preserve as much clock as they can. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. To throw, it's Howard. He's running out of time here. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time. They need some important yards here on 3rd down. A field goal try here would be from 59 yards out. Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's 4th down. The Buckeyes will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And the deep shot falls incomplete, but wait, there is a flag on the play, so we'll check that out. Defense will have to regroup now after that 15-yard penalty. Knocks that one right down the middle. And the game now tied here in the final quarter. So tied up after regulation, we go to overtime. Remember, in college football, it's dueling possessions. In the second overtime, if we get there, you have to go for 2 points if you score a touchdown. And the third overtime, Kirk, just becomes a series of 2-point tries.
And I know that's your favorite, to see if we can get to that third series of these overtimes. I love extra football, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's see who's going to win it.
Buckeyes with 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Caught quickly. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time. The Buckeyes are going to cash in this red zone trip. On 3rd down, it's a handoff. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. So here we go. The offense has 1st and goal here in overtime. Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Ball back at the 10-yard line now for 2nd and goal. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. So we're set up now for the biggest 3rd down attempt all game. Can the offense punch it in here in overtime? The pocket breaking down. Goes it too far over everyone's head and incomplete. So here comes the field goal unit out there trying to claim the lead here in OT. And he knocks it right through the uprights. And they jump back in front.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So they line up now knowing a touchdown wins the football game. They need a field goal at least to force another overtime. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. Offense will keep it on the ground here. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. So now it's 1st down and goal. A great chance to win the game right here. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now. 2nd down and goal. Back to pass. It's Milroe. Looking to the end zone. And he's in there. Touchdown to win this game in overtime. Wow.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Welcome, everybody, to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. This is an important matchup, a battle of two top 10 teams, two forces colliding. One team will leave here. Statement. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the second-ranked team, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Welcome, everybody, to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. But this contest is not a regular matchup, a battle of two top 10s, two forces colliding. One team leaves here making a resounding statement. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the second-ranked team, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Dogs will kick it away to start us off. Turner decides to field it. Howard's team brings down the returner. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense in less than ideal position off that poor return. And there comes the star running back onto the field. He is a special talent. You talk to opponents, he's always the focal point when they face this offense.
Boy, Chris, this guy is special. It's almost like he floats across the field. I mean, I don't think anyone can take him down in the open field. He's the guy the teams try to key on, but sometimes it feels as though no one can contain him.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. After a first down loss, it's second and long from the 23. Looking to pass, it's Howard. Receiver makes the catch. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Offense will try to convert a third and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Trying to extend the play. Breaks loose at the 40. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Buckeyes pick up enough for a first down here. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Lets it go quickly. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Tackle finally made, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it at the 34.
Boy, what a big-time play here by this wide receiver. Sometimes, Chris, I wonder if Woody Hayes would be enjoying this modern passing attack from his Buckeyes. And I'd like to think that winning would outweigh any concerns he may have about that ball being in the air so often.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back. It's an out route. The catch made. Ball carrier tackled there. Play number 7 on the opening drive, and it's 3rd and short. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. They stop him, but it's a first down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Second down play coming up. And the wideout goes in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Sambuca. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. And that one is over everyone's head, beyond the end zone and incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit. They'll set up at the right hash mark for this chip shot. And this one is right through. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Smith. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. So here comes the other part of this great quarterback matchup out for the first time. Kirk, the coaches always say, hey, it's about a lot more than the quarterback. But today, it really seems like these guys will decide it.
Well, and I think yesterday when we sat down with his quarterback, he definitely feels that pressure to compete one-on-one against the quarterback on the other side. Now, he's got to be careful letting his emotions get the best of him. But, man, he was locked in yesterday when we visited with him.
Tackle made after a big gain. Hey, guys up front, line up. It's first down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Looking for a deep completion. The veteran quarterback lucky that didn't result in a takeaway. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. And this offense picks up the first down. They tackle it at the 44. The Dogs come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. Looking to throw it on first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Well, if you're going to be able to play in the SEC and be a dominant team, you have to have defensive linemen like this right here. And we've seen that from Georgia over the years. They've been incredibly blessed to have defensive linemen that can hold up against the run, also have the ability to do this right here, which is pressure the quarterback and come up with those sacks.
They lose yards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 16. Back to throw. It's Howard. Catch hauled in here over the middle. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Looking for the wideout. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. Back in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled up near midfield at the 48. One of those critical 3rd down plays coming up. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quick throw. Catch made on the out route. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down. Buckeyes pick up enough yards to move the sticks. First down. They're going to throw the football. And the defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first quarter of play. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the 2nd quarter. Now it's 2nd down here. Play action fake. Looking to throw. On the run here. Lets it go. Grab near the sticks. It's Judkins. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning. Gets a fresh set of downs.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
The Buckeyes come to the line to run the hurry-up. In the red area, it's Judkins. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Oh, the sack is made there by the freshman.
Boy, that safety came way back on that blitz and timed it perfectly to get after the quarterback and eventually come up with a sack.
The offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs in this drive, but this will be tough. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. It's Howard. Running back has it on a screen now. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Well, you talk about a huge conversion. That's 3rd and long. It doesn't matter for these guys. They just keep going about their business. Great connection between this quarterback and receiver on that one, and now they're in business.
The Buckeyes line up with a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense facing 2nd and goal. They'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. After a long drive, it's a 3rd down. Is it a touchdown or a field goal? This is a 4-point play. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ohio State.
How about that, Chris? The quarterback does a nice job of getting the ball out of his hands quickly, and why not? With a receiver like this who can run like that, get him the ball as fast as you can and let him do his thing.
but they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. He moves the ball across the 20 to the 22. Here's the second down play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Got him. He's sacked.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Plenty of time to throw. Firing to the right side. Caught way downfield for a huge gain.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. It's a quarterback keeper. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Second down play coming up for this offense. Ball handed off. Here's a jet sweep. Breaks loose at the 40. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. They finally bring him down, but he makes it inside the 15-yard line. First down, in great scoring position.
Man, I love this play call here by your offensive coordinator. They catch the defense out of position. They turn that into a nice chunk of yardage. But the execution was great, and the timing of when to call the play. The defense was lulled to sleep, and before they could react to the jet sweep, he's downfield for a huge gain.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes the grab, a chance to score. Brought down, but the catch moves the ball all the way down to the 1. A chance to get right back into this football game. It's 1st down and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs.
Chris, we're still early in this football game. We're in the second quarter. This is a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
Now the important point after attempt. The extra point is good. They trail by 3 now, 10-7. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Returner looking to make a play here. And the returner will be brought down. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? And he lofts it toward the sideline. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down, but missed it. That play makes it 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Howard. Quick throw to his receiver. And it's complete downfield. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line. 1st down here for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Tackle, but 1st down. Offense showing a bunch formation now. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. And he pulls in the catch. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33. Completion good for 1st down yardage for this offense. Grab down down the middle. It's Thurman. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Makes a quick grab. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Here's the target, and it's complete. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now. We pause and play here as the offense takes a timeout. Buckeyes will line up here on first down and goal. Looking to the end zone. Throws it too far over everyone's head and incomplete. Coming up, second down and goal. And the quarterback dropping back. Looking for 6. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out and showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. After the extra point, the lead is now 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Backed up this close to the end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Caught over the middle. It's Bell. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. They look to throw it here on second down. Looking to make a play deep downfield. There's a fastball, but it's intercepted. Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
The Buckeyes will kick it off to begin the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. And he's brought down at the 16. We've been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. On first down, it's play action. Defense is coming after him. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. Let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Second and long now from their own 10. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Now the senior tries to take a shot, but overthrows his man. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Bringing pressure. Oh, and this is going to wind up as a safety.
Man, that is a big-time play by this defense, and the only way they can score points without getting a turnover. That should give this team a spark.
Following the safety, it's a free kick. They'll kick it away from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. Second down after that previous play. Hand it off for a draw. They've got him, but not before making first down yards. They'll move the ball to the 41. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Howard. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Offense getting set, it's second down. And he drops back in the gun. Grab down the middle, it's Thurman. But he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit. That completion sets up an important third down play. Running out of time in the pocket. Can't find anybody on third down, throws it away, and now fourth down coming up. The Buckeyes will line up to kick it away. And finally, we have a punt, the first of the game for either team. And the punt will go out of bounds, taking the returner out of play. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Remember, the last time out there, they surrendered a safety. They got to regroup from that right away. It's a short completion with the tight end. They're finally able to stop, and the quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference. Looking to pass here on second down. Quick completion to the tight end. He's found some room at the 45. Tackle is finally made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, this is what you see all over college football and even up, obviously, in the NFL. These tight ends that are really recruited as big receivers, and they can get one-on-one matchups, and they've got speed after the catch. This is a short throw. You can see what he does after the catch, and he is a tough matchup for whether it's a safety, a nickel, or a linebacker.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. Incompletion makes it second down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. He finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. Play action here on first down. The pass rush closing in. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Lovett. Brought down with the completion, moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Georgia. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the third quarter.
I love that they're still fighting and competing. And you can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in their last possession. And he will make the first down, tackled at the 26.
Here's the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
First down and 10. To throw, it's Howard. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardale Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
That completion makes it second and medium. And the single back takes the handoff. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Out of the gun now on third down. Catch is made. Room to run here. Touchdown, Ohio State. No chance to catch him.
Now, this defense is so caught up in all the wide receivers, they forgot about their running back. He's not just back there running the ball. This guy's involved in the passing game. Nice throw and catch and a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Well, Kirk, Ohio State has the lead here after one. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fields it just outside the goal line. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play. And looking to throw now on first down. Oh, can you believe it? He dropped the ball. Don't see that often from this excellent receiver. He's going to bring up second down. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Grab down the middle. It's ETN. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50. Georgia getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw it again. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. So here we go, fourth quarter. They cut into the lead, but still work to do.
Well, I think the cool thing is that they're still battling, and they put themselves at least in a position now to possibly come back and maybe, who knows, win this game. It's going to be up to their defense. They've got to get the ball back to have a chance.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT is good. They still trail, though. Now they get set to kick it away. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. You'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Scanning the field. It's Howard. Short pass finds the tight end. They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a first down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. And the back now goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackle up near midfield at the 48. The gain makes it second and medium. Here's the snap. They'll set up to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And this is dropped. My goodness, he was wide open, took his eyes off the football. One of the biggest plays he'd had so far. Third down, and the crowd really getting into it. Fires it to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down. Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. They'll work the clock here with their running game. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Getting set. Here's second down. Trying to find room. It's Henderson. And that's a solid gain for the defense, able to bring him down. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Caught over the middle. It's Thurman. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good, so the lead is 12 here in the fourth quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? To throw, it's back. Final minutes here. They'll throw it deep downfield.
That defensive back played that route so well. Right on the receiver's hip, saw the ball, and just swatted it away.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Cannot escape it. Down he goes.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. And an explosive gain moves the ball across midfield. They'll spot it at the 42. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. Looking to throw it on first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. Grab down the middle. It's Smith. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. Important second down play coming up. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
Chris, they did what they had to do with this touchdown here. Now with under a minute to go, you got to get that onside kick to give yourself a real shot.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. It looks like the hands team were able to recover the football. So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration.